extremely high. You know, I didn't really know what that meant. However, the next thing I knew, they said, you need to go to the ER, like right now. I believe when I came to the emergency room, I was like near almost a little over 800 as my blood sugar level, which normal range is like 99 to 120. I never forget when I was being discharged and the doctor came in and, you know, he was kind of giving the report and giving me the progress and then starting to talk about my aftercare and so forth. And he said, I'll never forget, like, man, you were very sick when you were here.
Doctors say with those glucose levels, Bob could have suffered a diabetic coma or worse, died.
These things don't really happen overnight. We see them as pre-diabetic. Over 88 million people are pre-diabetic. So that don't happen overnight. In other words, it starts at, I tell patients, anything over 100 is abnormal, period. Your sugar should never be over 100 at any point in time.
And over time, the life expectancy of African American males has continued to decline, most recently to 71 years, the lowest of all ethnic groups. Dr. Harris and other Black physicians have seen how African American males are reluctant to seek medical care and rarely communicate their health-related issues.
I grew up in the Glenville area, you know, around 105 is a period. To be honest, I really do not have a lot of recollection of men in the neighborhood, in the community, talking much about health. There was a lot of conversations going on, but health probably was not one of them that I can remember.
Although his grandparents talked about eating right with fruits and vegetables, they did not factor in how some foods feed into health disparities, like diabetes, hypertension, and obesity.
I don't think it was ever put in context of because too much sugar this or too much salt that or too much fat or too much grease. I don't think it was put in the context of the things that I know now. So now I'm just conscious on eating healthy, eating healthier.
Dr. Harris, who also grew up in Glenville, commends Bob for taking control of his own health, but says historically, the distrust of Black men of a predominantly white healthcare system stems from not seeing enough physicians who looked like him.
There were not any African Americans or many African Americans, physicians and people they could actually trust and depend on. So, you know, over the course of time, and we all know about Tuskegee and things of that nature and different experimentations and the fact that we just don't fare as well with the institution as it exists of medicine.
In addition to trust, urologist Charles Modlin, the medical director of Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity at Metro Health Systems, also links health disparities to what he calls social determinants of health, like poverty, access to healthy foods, and even racism.
Racism is a result of successive generations of discrimination that communities of color have experienced. And it actually goes back to our ancestors.
Dr. Modlin says Metro Health is being proactive in addressing these racial issues. Every employee must go through bias training. They're focusing on health disparities in all specialty areas and hosting a minority men's health fair with free screenings in April.
To recognize what has happened in the past and to let the community know that we understand why in many situations, you know, the Black community has been reluctant to go to the hospital, go get a health check. We recognize the past history, and we're here to do what we can to right the wrongs that have occurred in the past.
And to encourage all Black men to embrace the future by working to eliminate health disparities within their own communities, something Bob Ivory is doing right now.
As you are conscious about your own health, be mindful of how important your health is to everybody around you, your family, your loved ones, your friends, you know, people that depend on you at whatever level they may depend on you.